Hi, it's Caitlin and I'm here with my March polish pickup swatch video. The theme is Slumber Party and there are so many gorgeous polishes that I have to show you. This polish pickup will be opening on March 1st and it will run through Monday, which I guess is the 4th. And I will include the specific time that the shop opens down in the description, as well as a link to the shop. And yeah, there's just some really pretty polishes. It's like everything is very me, and obviously that's very fun. And I wanted to do my makeup like Twiggy, so that's why I have a lot of makeup on. Anyway, let's get into the nail polish. I'm gonna start the video with my sponsored polishes like I always do. The first one is Clionadh Cosmetics Mystery Date, and all I can say is I was giddy when I saw this one in the bottle because I think it is so pretty and it does not disappoint on the nail. This one has a really soft off-white base and it's got a beautiful pinky red shimmer with these really cute metallic teal flakes, and I think there's also some iridescent flakes going on in there. That could just be my eyes playing tricks on me, but this one is very magical and reminds me of toothpaste. And I say that in the most loving way because I love brushing my teeth. I love having clean teeth. And this just gives toothpaste from the 90s for some reason. Maybe it's the one that had the swirl with the red and the green and the white. I digress. This is called Mystery Date and it's inspired by a game of the same name. And I think it's a game that people play at sleepovers. This polish is so pretty. I do recommend building it up in 3 coats. You could probably get away with it in 2 if you're using a ridge filling base coat, but I thought that it gave the most even finish in 3. This does dry down a bit dull and with texture from those metallic flakes, but they are smoothed out with 1 layer of top coat. And for the majority of my swatches, I am using the Cuticula Limitless Quick Dry Top Coat, which I believe will be available in the polish pickup in either a scented or unscented variety. Now this polish does have a really pretty shift to it. It catches the light beautifully and it goes from this sort of reddy pink to an orange at extreme angles. Everything in here works so beautifully together and I have never seen a polish with these color combinations, so I love to see something unique and different, and Clionadh definitely delivered. Next up we have Sassy Sauce Pillow Fight, and this one is inspired by pillow fights at slumber parties, which are obviously a big part of having a sleepover. And this one is a purple to pink thermal with a glowy bluey green shimmer. And this one is my newest obsession. I love everything about this polish. It has such a good formula. My hands were cold when I was swatching, so you're getting a sense of how it's going to look when your hands are cold, but my mind was blown when I found out the color shift upon heating up my fingers. I didn't put them in the oven. I just put them in front of my space heater. So this one builds up really nicely, but I do think it's best in 3 coats. It's really easy to work with. It dries quickly in between coats. So 3 coats is really not a big deal. And as you can see, it just deepens that purple on the 3rd coat and looks so good. Thermal polishes do tend to dry down a little bit on the satiny side, I believe is usually how it's classified. And you can see immediately just how beautiful this looks once you apply the top coat. It really does shinify everything, make it look fantastic and so shimmery and shifty. And here's a taste of how it looks as it's warming up. And then when your fingers are super hot, you get this absolutely gorgeous Barbie shade of pink, and the shimmer kind of shifts to this green. It is absolutely magical. So if you have really long nails with free edge, you can probably get 2 or 3 of those colors on your nails at once. But in my case, having short nails, it might be like my ring finger's hot and then the other fingers are cold, or it's a bit of mishmash as it's transitioning, like you can see here. But thermal polishes are so much fun. It's 2 polishes in one. And as a quick tip for anyone who's new to thermals, you always want to store them somewhere cool and out of direct sunlight in order to preserve the longevity of them, because sometimes they can quote unquote die and then they stop transitioning. Moving along, this is Phoenix Indie Polish Chibi, and this one is like the dreamiest pink of all time. I don't know what magic is in this polish, but it is absolutely phenomenal. This is inspired by the cutest trio called Usagi Chibiusa and Chibi. I don't know the inspiration beyond that, but they are apparently very cute when they sleep. So this one is a sparkly dream of a polish composed of a pink tinted base loaded with iridescent aurora shimmer. And this polish is phenomenal. I said it before, I'll say it again. If you're a lover of pink or just very, very shimmery polishes, then check this one out. It is so shifty. I really liked it in 2 coats, but at 3 coats is where most people will probably need it, just to get that pow of shimmer. And what I love about this one is how it glows. It has this beautiful glowy quality to it. You'll see what I mean when I do my little hand dance. But this is just one of the prettiest polishes of all time. I love it so much. So I'll just let you take a look at it. It's fantastic in 3 coats. With top coat, definitely need a top coat. This one that we are looking at right now is Cuticula Dream a Little Dream, and this one is a red violet base with red to orange to gold to green, large particle shifting shimmer. This one is a vampy lover's dream. It has such a beautiful finish to it when you build it up, which I'm going to show, and this does build up really easily in 2 coats for me. I mean, you might need 3, but I personally was happy with this in 2 coats. The shimmer in this is large particle, which makes it catch the light really beautifully. It doesn't have any hollow in it, but it has this gorgeous sparkly effect. And while I would wear it in 2, I'm going to show it in 3 for anyone who wants to know what it looks like in 3. It didn't really make much of a difference on my nails, but if you have more free edge, you'll probably need 3. And I am using the Cuticula Limitless Quick Dry Top Coat, which is my favorite. I use it in all my videos, pretty much. It dries so quickly. It provides a super glossy finish, and you can just see how it brings the polish to life with a really juicy, thick coat of top coat. but it's also not thick or hard to work with. I just mean it like encapsulates the polish beautifully. And this one is so pretty in the bottle. I just want to mention that. I do appreciate nail polish that looks really good in the bottle, but of course I love it when it looks amazing on the nails, and this one certainly does. I just love this on my little chiclet nails. I think it looks so cute on short nails. I love dark, short, square nails, as my mom would say, and I just love this polish. It has so many color shifts. It's like a rainbow and yet still vampy. So this one is really special. I think it looks so good and I can't recommend it enough. Now moving along, we have Glisten and Glow. They have a product and a polish. The first one is the Dry and Prep. And Dry and Prep is a unique liquid that dehydrates the nail plate. It self-corrects the nail plate's pH balance, and it preps the keratin surface for maximum adhesion of base coat and nail polish. It also removes any residue from your nails, so you can see how it immediately kind of dries out my nail plate. I personally don't have a problem with nail polish sticking to my nails. No issues with adhesion for me. But if you are that kind of person where polish just kind of slips off your nails, this one will help allow it to adhere better to your nail plate. And it's good for anyone who's prone to lifting of polish or if they have an oily nail plate. And then once you're done with that, you move on with your base coat and then you apply your polish. And the polish they're offering is called Shhh Secret Crushes, and this one is a vibrant teal green loaded with larger particle color shifting shimmer that shifts from red to pink to orange to gold to green with added hollow microflakes. And the inspiration for this one from Jill is that in the late 80s and 90s she attended and hosted, or at least her parents hosted, lots of slumber parties, and she said it was so much fun to talk about and gossip about their secret crushes. She apparently would even call the radio station and request songs for her crush, which I wonder if the crushes knew. I just think that's so funny. And this polish, as you can see, builds up beautifully in 2 coats, but I do think 3 really takes you to full opacity and maximum shiftiness. This one is a real shifter. And I am using the Glisten and Glow Top Coat, which is usually available in the polish pickup, but not this month. It also does a fantastic job of adding gloss, and it dries quickly. It just makes for a beautiful finish on your manicure. You can probably already anticipate how shifty this is going to be, but I had a ton of fun watching this one shift on my nails. As you can see, it is pretty much a rainbow at your fingertips. That base color allows the polish to just pop. It's so glowy and pretty. I love that extreme angle green you get. There's a ton going on in here, but it all works beautifully together. And if you're a fan of greens, this is right up your alley. I mean, it is so shifty and beautiful. Moving along, we have Polished for Days, What Dreams Are Made Of. And this one is so pretty. I fell in love with this one the minute I saw it. It's a silvery pale purple base with a strong blue to purple shimmer and holographic sparkling flakes. This one is inspired by the Lizzie McGuire movie, which was a staple at Jenna's sleepover parties when she was growing up. This polish has a beautiful formula. It builds up really easily and nicely in 2 coats. Some people might need 3, but of course I have very short nails and was happy with the coverage in 2 because that shimmer is very strong and will distract from any visible nail line. I do recommend a glossy top coat, of course, to help enhance the hollow and just make it look as beautiful as possible. And this one, I was so thankful the sun came out when I was swatching, so you will see that shortly. This also has a bit of a ghostly quality to it. As you can see when I move my hands back, the base almost disappears and you're just left with this beautiful shimmer. I am a sucker for shades like this and I can't recommend this one enough. Next up we have Path Lacquers Woodland Nap, and this one is a really pretty polish once again. This one is inspired by May and her nap with Totoro, and this one is a clear base packed with holographic microflakes, fine particle red shifting shimmer, and blue holographic micro glitter. This is sort of a continuation of the polishes we've seen lately from Path Lacquers. There was Blessed with Beauty and Rage, I Forgive You, and another one that's sort of escaping me right now, but this to me is a bit of a sibling to those, where it's got the colored glitters, then the holographic glitters, and a shimmer. This is a beautiful formula. It is really packed with those elements and it covers beautifully in 2 coats. It does dry down a tiny bit dull, and there's not really texture per se, but it just has a textured look to it, so you definitely want a good glossy top coat, but it will smooth out in 1 layer of top coat, and this will not be difficult to remove at all. And you can really see that shimmer come to life. This is a really densely packed, beautiful polish. It's kind of towing the line between a purple and a blue, so I guess it's blurple, but that shimmer is a really pretty complement and everything just looks really good together. It looks great even when you don't have any sunlight on it. Here we have Rogue Lacquer Boys Ugh, and this one is a gorgeous polish. She chose the slumber party scene from the Little Rascals movie, because what slumber party would be complete without boy talk? This one is a soft purple base with prominent pink to green gold shimmer with a soft scattered hollow sparkle. And this one is so dreamy. I absolutely love this polish, and I think if I can count the number of times I had a slumber party on one hand, it might even be less than that. I don't think we ever talked about boys, but that would make sense. I remember watching The Matrix once and just being terrified and unable to sleep. So this polish is beautiful when you build it up in 2 coats or 3 coats. I did 3, and you can see with the top coat how it brings everything to life. You can also see how beautiful and ethereal the shimmer is. I love how green it gets at those extreme angles. I can't wait to wear this polish again. I really loved it, and I think a lot of people are going to love it. So I don't think there's a cap on it, but it does say cap TBD, so it could get capped. So shop early if you want this one. And last but not least, we have Paint It Pretty Polish, Popcorn, and PJs. This one is a really pretty sheer lilac base with a golden green shimmer. And it is interesting because it's described as a lilac base, but it's got a bit of like a mauvey pink tone to it. And I think that's probably the shimmer, but this is a really, really pretty shade. It's really unique. And I just love the Paint It Pretty Polish formula. It's so easy to work with. It's got such a satisfying payoff because there's always so much shimmer in the polishes that Sherry makes, and this one is no exception. You can immediately see how shifty that shimmer is. And I do recommend building this one up in 3 coats to get the most payoff of base color and, of course, the most shimmer possible. And I think I actually just did 3 coats on my index finger and then 2 on my middle, so I have virtually no free edge, so maybe you will only need 2. Anyway, I do recommend a glossy top coat as always, and now we can just look at these fantastic shifts. So in terms of polishes that I loved so much and recommend, the Phoenix is so dreamy and pink. It's like a pink marshmallow for your nails. I absolutely love it. The Polished for Days is absolutely swoon-worthy. The shimmer in it is perfect. The hollow in it is perfect. And I loved Lizzie McGuire, so I love that polish. I also cannot, and I will say cannot again, I cannot stress how incredible the Sassy Sauce is. That thermal blew my mind. I had no idea what to expect. I just saw that it said thermal on the label and it was purple when I saw the bottle. And then it turned to like hot pink and this beautiful kind of blue in between shade. I am fully obsessed with that thermal, and I really recommend you picking it up if you're a fan of hot pink especially. And I know I have a lot of favorites this month and recommendations, but the Rogue Lacquer is so pretty. I think the name is incredible, and I love that baby blue lilac with the strong red shimmer. It all works so beautifully together. The formula is fantastic, and it's just so like creamy and shimmery and pretty. So I definitely recommend that one. I would love to hear your thoughts on the polishes that I showed you and what other polishes are going to be making it onto your wish list, because there are a lot of really good looking polishes this month. So let me know what you think, and I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!